Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to All Praise Picks. Today we're looking at the MLB. We have the Colorado Rockies playing the Houston Astros in Houston on June 25th, 2024. Currently, the Rockies are 27-51, which is fifth place in the NL West, and the Astros are 38-40, which is second place in the AL West. And this is the first game of their series in Houston. I am leaning towards the Astros in this game. Given their record, they need to collect some wins in order to make a late push to the playoffs, and I think that they'll be able to do so today in this one. But I got a few bets for you guys on BetMGM. As always, I'll break down the lines, give you my thoughts, and hopefully if you tap in, we can all win. So this is the first parlay that I have at minus 140. It's a 5-leg parlay. So I have the Astros in the first 5 innings in the full game to cover a run line spread of plus 1.5, essentially for them not to lose the first 5 innings in the game by more than 2 runs. And I think really with their pitching matchup in this one, they should be able to. So the Rockies are starting Austin Gomer, who's a left-handed pitcher, but he's 1-4 in his starts with a 4.36 ERA and a 5.43 expected ERA and a 1.3 WHIP. So he's given up a lot of runs and a lot of base runners as well. And for the Astros, they're starting Hunter Brown, who is a right-handed pitcher. He's 4-5 in his starts, but his ERA is at 4.72, and his expected ERA is at 3.74. So he's playing much better than what his team has, or at least like the outcomes of the games in which he's pitched in. Given his expected ERA is much lower than his actual ERA, and I think that there is some chance for positive regression in this one, where Hunter Brown facing a team like the Rockies, who strike out a lot on the season. I think they're top 5 in the MLB in terms of their strikeouts, and play much worse away from Coors Field. I think this is just like a really good matchup for Hunter Brown in this one. Looking deeper into the numbers, Hunter Brown, he has a 25.5% K percentage, like strikeout percentage, and Gomber is at 16.3%. So I do think that he has a good chance of holding the Rockies under 6 runs, and I think in innings that he pitches in, I don't really foresee the Rockies scoring more than 4 or 5 runs in those innings, and I think as long as he plays well in his innings, that he should keep them under 6 runs for the total game. And I also think that he's likely to give up fewer hits than Gomber and have more strikeouts overall than Gomber. I was looking at his strikeout line on BetMGM, and I'm sure that on other books as well, he's set at 7.5 strikeouts. That was a little bit too high for me to take and feel comfortable with it, so I just took him to have more strikeouts overall in the game than Gomber, and I think that he should easily do so, given that the Rockies strike out a lot, and Houston, especially at home, are pretty disciplined in terms of their swings and don't really strike out as much as the Rockies. But at minus 140, if you bet 1 unit, say 1 unit, for example, is $100, you'll have a chance of winning 71% of your investment as long as the parlay hits. But as always, I would just advise you guys to have financial consciousness and overall bankroll awareness when deciding to make these bets. So these are the other 2 parlays that I have at plus 125 and at plus 155. I'm just taking essentially the same lines overall in the game, but I'm including a few hitter matchups for the Rockies that I don't really feel like favor their matchup with Hunter Brown. So in the first parlay on the left, I have Nolan Jones for the Rockies to have under 1 run in the game. For the season, he has a 0.93 batting average and a 0.6 on-base percentage, but his strikeout numbers are significantly high. For the season, he's averaging 31% K percentage, so essentially he's striking out on every 3rd at-bat that he has. But versus right-handed pitchers, who Hunter Brown is a right-handed pitcher, all of his numbers decrease. He has a 0.183 batting average, a 0.584 OPS, and his strikeout percentage, while it does decrease a little bit to 30%, is still significantly high. So I don't really foresee him having more than 1 run in this game, and I think that he could struggle to even get a hit in this game. The other legs in this parlay are much the same with the first one, but I did include Houston to have over 3 runs in this game. I think With Gomber's very high expected ERA at 5.43, and even with his actual ERA at 4.36, I think that Houston should be able to put up a decent amount of hits in this game, and in turn should be able to get a number of runs in this game. And I think that they should probably score over 4 runs in this game, so I took them at over 3 runs for this parlay. Looking at the parlay to the right of this one at plus 155, I included Brendan Rodgers. I have him going under 1 run and also under 2 total bases. So for the season, his numbers, while they are better than Nolan Jones, his batting average is only at 0.279 and his OPS is at 0.14. But versus right-handed pitching, his numbers decrease as well to 0.259 batting average and a 0.638 OPS. And I just think that the Colorado Rockies, especially away from Coors Field, their home field in Denver, play just a lot worse on the road, especially with the altitude difference coming from Denver to Houston, who I believe is a city that's below sea level. So that's almost a 5,000 feet altitude difference, and I think it'll show, especially in their first game, once they have to adapt to the different altitude and batting conditions in the Astros home park. But at plus 125 and plus 155, if you bet 1 unit on either of these parlays, you have the chance of 125% or 155% return on your investment. And as always, I would just advise you guys to have financial consciousness and bankroll management when deciding to make these parlays if you do decide to bet them with me. So this is the last parlay that I have at plus 170, and it's similar to the last 2 parlays, except I'm taking a player on the Houston Astros, Jose Altuve. He's one of their best players, and he plays much better against left-handed pitchers than his season numbers. For the season, he's averaging 0.3 batting average, but versus left-handed pitchers, it raises to 0.33. So I think that it's a significant enough difference to back him in this game. His on-base percentage also increases from 0.81 for the season to 0.84 versus left-handed pitchers, and he has a very low K percentage. I think it's below 16%, whereas for Nolan it was like in the upper 30s. But I do think he has a good chance of having over 2 bases in this game, and that could happen a number of ways, whether that's through 2 singles, 1 double, or 1 triple, or even a home run. He has a good chance of getting over 2 bases, in my opinion, in this game. So I took him along with Hunter Brown to have more strikeouts and fewer hits than Gomber, and for the Houston Astros not to lose this game by more than 2 runs. But at plus 170, if you bet this parlay with me, you'll have 170% return on your investment. And as always, I just advise you guys to have financial consciousness and bankroll management when deciding to place these bets. But go check out my other MLB videos and WNBA videos coming out later this week. And until then, peace out.